What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Lazy
Sundays
with Dionte
and Naja,
bringing you everything we see and want to talk about this week. Naja, what's been going on with you since the last podcast? For anybody that didn't hear the whisper.
Yeah, I've been chilling. Haven't been doing anything. I've been trying to take it easy. It's starting to get hot for real, and stay hot. So I'm excited about that.
Very hot.
My dog turned 1 year old. We had a little birthday for him. So that was cool. Even though I know some people probably was like, why are you having a birthday party for your dog? It wasn't like a party, but...
You got to have a party for your dog these days. Yeah. Especially for that first birthday.
Look.
He's a little pup.
It's so much crazy stuff going on in the world. Any excuse I can use to celebrate, I will. Basically. I don't care. So what's been going on with you?
Young boy. Ain't nothing, man. Just out here kicking it, you know what I'm saying? I weighed myself the other day.
I don't know why he did that.
It took me the whole week to actually mention it.
Oh my gosh, why?
I wouldn't tell y'all how much I weigh now. Just know I'm an NFL linebacker, middle linebacker, Pro Bowl version too, because I still got the speed. I still got some of the speed. My body hurts more. But I'm officially team Thick Daddies now. 2 C's out here.
You're proud of that?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. You was talking like you was.
I embrace it.
Okay.
Women love thick dudes. You love it. That's fine. You don't gotta love it.
Y'all.
Love me, y'all.
Let me tell you something. We
you know
suck.
What I'm saying?
We were doing really, really good. We were both working out because we both were like, look, we did not look like this. Exactly. Before Sophia, even I think a little bit after Sophia, we lost a lot of weight. Even and then life just kind of did what it do. And then we were doing really good. Recently, we were working out, and then a lot of, like, I ain't gonna lie, some bad stuff did happen. And then we both just kind of fell off, like, for a minute. But we're going to get back to it because I'm like, look, it's not even really about the appearance at the end of the day. It is more about health. Because it's like we are getting older. We have a kid. We want to have more kids. So you looking at it like, all right, not even like in a superficial way. It's like, yes, I want to look good, but I also want to feel good too. I don't want to be winded going up my own steps. And it's like, I should not be like breathing all hard at this point. Like, it's not that serious. You got to fix that.
Yeah. So, eventually... Gotta get back on track.
It's so hard. It's so hard to start working out again after you stop.
The easiest way probably is just starving yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If I eat 3 times a week, I'll probably be back to where I want to be.
Yeah. It's just honestly, I feel like
just like
because I don't pay him any mind. Honestly, I feel like the hardest part is eating healthy or eating things in moderation. Like Dionte would say, I'm not eating any snacks, and then I randomly would see him eating a bag of chips, and I'm like, and then when I say something, he's like, why do you? It's so what? It's just a bag of chips, and I'm like, okay.
One thing I don't need, aka in the Thick Daddies, what we don't need is somebody telling us, hey, you're doing a little too much over there, big dog. I don't need to be held accountable.
Everybody needs that, because I need that. I need somebody to be like, because you done did that to me before. Like, you sure you?
I need somebody to come pour gravy on my chips while I'm eating it. And I would be like, thank you.
Yo, something is wrong with you. Anyways.
Pour gravy on my chips. Anyways. Mashed potatoes, gravy, fries. I think that's poutine. But give me bacon on top of that and Dorito chips around it. And I might want some ice cream afterwards.
I don't get it. Like, you gotta stop this.
You don't have to get it, baby.
Anyways, that's another topic, because we can really get into this, but we're not.
Team Thick Daddies.
If you say so. Let's get into these topics. Team Thick Daddy. What's the first thing we're gonna talk about? Thick Daddy.
I don't know, man. You got the list.
Oh, that just sounds gross. Thick Daddy.
That's what she said.
Anyways.
Don't do that. Hey, yo, she actually enjoys big people. She don't hate big people.
I never said, you turning this into you went there. Anyways.
I'm the leader of Team Thick Daddy.
So y'all.
You're disrespecting me.
Okay. So since we're talking about appearance,
Jesus Christ.
oh my God. So not only have BBLs been a thing, but so have veneers. And people have been losing their mind when it comes down to teeth. As Dionte would like to call them, horse teeth. When people don't get them done properly and they get like the big veneers.
Them Colombian Jones.
Yeah, well, apparently a Virginia rapper, and I put rapper because it's a local rapper.
Let's just say social media presence.
There you go. Decided to get composites. And composites, I think, is basically like what they put, like, it's not like quite like veneers. It's like temporary pretty much for the most part.
They just putting it over your teeth. They don't
they're not really doing anything. So supposedly he went to go get some discounted veneers, and they came across as if they were gently used, and they were yellow. And he was not pleased.
From what I understand, he told her to kind of match his regular teeth, which is already like that, I guess.
But then he also wanted his teeth whitened. And she explained to him, if I whiten your teeth, the composites that I have for you at the price that you're willing to pay is not going to match. So we can't do no whitening. So we have to, like you said, we have to keep the composites, you know, how they look to match your teeth. And he was like, what the heck is this? And she like, this is the color of your teeth, and this is why you have these color composites.
Listen, at the end of the day, because the whole story is ridiculous, at the end of the day, you went to somebody doing some bootleg shit.
You got
to get
a
some
discount.
Shit done, but it's some homemade shit.
Why would you do that?
She don't have no license. She don't have nothing that says you can put veneers on me. I don't even think she even work at a dentist's office.
No, I think it's like a cosmetic type of thing or whatever. So, I mean, I guess they do stuff like that, but she's not like a license.
But that's my point. You're going to somebody that sells Avon and then being like, boy, can you give me Botox? I just sell the makeup, lady.
Yeah.
I don't have nothing to do with what you trying to do. So that's all on him. She out here scamming. But if people buying it, then people buying it.
Yeah.
It's just extra hilarious because it's local. But again, if you paying for this service, I'm pretty sure it comes across like she had them sign some paperwork. You signed the paperwork, and the
you
paperwork
knew
licensed.
what it was. It's not like I did you dirty. You got a discount.
Because you're going to somebody who's not supposed to be doing it.
But not even that. Even if you are and you're trying to get something for a discounted price, the saying you get what you pay for. When it comes down to anything that's dealing with your body, I don't want no type of discount. I don't want a discount on my teeth. I don't want a discount on my eyes. Not even my hair. Like, don't give me a discount on nothing. I don't want it. Because chances are there's a reason why this is discounted. And it's probably not going to be what I want it to be. Whether there's a clear understanding or not, you're going to be unsatisfied after the fact. Because you're going to be like, dang, like, I feel like that's just what we do as black people. We'll sit up there and complain. We'll get a discount for something and it'd be like, this sucks. And it's like, yeah, because you didn't pay full price for it. Of course it sucks.
I don't care about it being the discount is the relevant part. You're going to somebody that's not licensed to do what you're trying to do. Period. I don't get how people do shit like this.
But the way it's coming across, she did everything that she disclosed to him.
It don't matter.
So it's not. She didn't even mess up the composites. It's just that the composites look like how he knew they were going to look.
But it's irrelevant because she doesn't have a license. It don't matter if you go to Columbia and get a BBL. You're going to go see somebody on the back door of it. So in a couple months when you experiencing issues and your BBL start leaking, you out of fucking luck.
Yeah.
You're out of luck with them, whatever she's doing for you, because she cannot continue to keep this shit up. Which is the other thing about getting composites, because they stain easily. You got to keep getting them done. So it's like you're going to somebody around the way that stay 2 houses down to get something done for you that you know you're going to have to get her to do again.
Yeah.
Because it's like it defeats the purpose. And if you complaining like you is now, it's just going to be a story on the shade room versus you being able to get it corrected.
They're both to blame, honestly.
Because why did you even use this? But again, you probably only used her, which is why it costs so cheap, because she's not licensed. Mm-hmm. So she can only, well, I ain't gonna say she can only charge so much, because she shouldn't be charging y'all anything. That's like me coming up to you and being like,
I don't know, but you know what? That's why I said it's hard to fully blame her, because I feel like if I'm telling you exactly what I'm going to do, I'm laying it all out for you. You know I'm not licensed. There's a clear, that's why you're coming to me. You're coming to me because you know that I'm going to be able to do what you slightly need for more than a fraction of the price. So we both understand this is probably going to be not so great. When you see the process and you get it done and then you complain as if you was blindsided, because that's what I'm saying. When you read up on the story, when she broke it down and she explained it, it was like, well, dang, like that was kind of his fault for coming to you, because why would he even, like you said, you don't have a license. Like, I don't want to blame the person that don't have a license when people are coming to this person and you are aware that this person don't have the proper credentials to do what they need to be doing for you.
But you're playing on the fact that they trying to get shit done, though.
That's true. I agree with that.
I get what you saying. I'm not disagreeing with that. But at the same time, it's like, that's like me going around saying, hey, $500, I can get y'all a new car. Knowing people need cars, or in that situation wherever you at, those people need cars, and then 3 days later, each car that I done gave out.
No, but if you're being sneaky and conniving about it, then no. But I'm saying, like, in this situation, it seems like everything was laid out, regardless of me dangling it in front of your face for a discount. If I'm telling you that it is going to be the same color of your teeth to match your teeth, and then you get it and you're like, why is it this color? And I'm like, because I had to do it to match your teeth. Because if I try to whiten your teeth, the discounted composites that I have, that is the color of your teeth, is not going to match. And you're going to look crazy either way. So it's like, if she was...
But that is irrelevant. That's what I'm saying. You can lay it
But
out,
she didn't lie.
She don't have to. She shouldn't be doing this, is my point.
No, I agree with that. But because she is and you trusted her... That is still your fault too.
But that goes. But that's what.
So
I'm
he's
saying.
not at fault.
They're both at fault.
Oh, okay.
But what you're saying, he's at fault for. Part of that is still her fault.
No, absolutely.
You saying, yo, you should know better, and at the same time, the same things he should know is why he's going to her, because she's offering this for this discounted rate.
Yeah.
And saying, yo, I'll just do this for you real quick. And because obviously I can't pay for a doctor, or not a doctor, but a dentist to do it. So I'm coming to you. So obviously y'all both look dumb. But my only thing is, you scamming everybody, because you can only do so good of a job regardless. From 0 to 10, you'll never be able to give me a 10 out of 10 because you don't know what you're doing. So the most you can do is probably get somebody like a 5 or a 6. Because she don't have no license.
Y'all gotta stay away from stuff like that,
y'all
man.
Getting this
don't
lady,
even bother.
I seen after the fact that she's trying to like get people to take her class to learn how to do it, and charging people like $500.
She's like, so I'm gonna capitalize off this.
She is. I'm not
issue.
mad at that aspect of it, but at the same time, like I said, you do kind of. You gotta be held responsible somewhat for this.
No, yeah.
But
no,
at the end of the day,
I'm not saying she's not. They both are.
It's at the end of the day, people choosing to do this, and it's just like, we gotta be smarter about certain things, bro.
Yeah.
You trying to take shortcuts and everything. You cannot shortcut anything.
Your health,
cosmetically.
Oh my gosh! Don't do that.
You can't shortchange and get these cheap BBLs, man.
Yeah.
Because people have issues. You can't do it with teeth. Nothing, anything concerning you. Take care of yourself, man.
Yeah.
And do it the proper way. We spend too much time on this shit.
Yeah.
Anyways, what's next?
Moving along. No, because that is trash, though. But moving along. So Walmart pulled their Juneteenth ice cream because everybody was up in arms. First, people had an issue with just the way it looked. A lot of people was like, why does it look like this? Why does, the figure up here have like 3 or 4 fingers? Like, people was very confused. Yeah, people were very confused by like just like the packaging and everything and like the wording. People was kind of offended by it. It was like, okay, whoa, Walmart, y'all doing a lot.
Yeah.
But then people realized that it was basically copying a black-owned ice cream brand called Creamalicious, and the flavor is red velvet cheesecake. And after I guess that came out, then Walmart just pulled it and was like, "Don't worry about it."
Because I think everybody looking at it like, bro, y'all could have just used any black-owned business. They could have used them in particular.
Yeah, and then like
to
partnered.
do the whole
Yeah.
Juneteenth thing, and then just made it, and then people would have noticed and actually probably bought the ice cream.
But answer this for me. Is it necessarily copying? And I say that because there are so many brands that have butter pecan.
Mm-hmm. It isn't necessarily copying. I just think that.
Or that was just like the last straw, and people were like, you know what?
I think it's more so the fact that instead of using a black-owned business, you just decide to profit off your own shit. Like it would be like me owning a hair store, and instead of using one of the hair brands or hair,
No, but I know, but I'm just saying, but is that anybody can make that flavor? Like I'm just asking because I'm like, how like anybody else can come out with this flavor, and is it just that this is only like a specific flavor for like this brand? Like no one else can make red velvet cheesecake and ice cream.
No, I think it's just regardless if it was red velvet, chocolate, vanilla. I think people would, because y'all had Juneteenth ice cream, and
so it's
you
just
was
like
trying to make money off of this shit versus just promoting somebody else.
Yeah,
because that's kind of, I don't want to. If I'm doing something about people of Hispanic origin, it would probably be easier to use a company that's already made, I think, and smarter to go along those lines versus making my own tacos.
I get that.
Not saying that you can't, but you see how in that situation, it's like you only did this for Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah.
Cinco de Mayo, I got my own tacos and salsa.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to piss a lot of people off.
Yeah.
I think it's more so that.
Yeah. I think had they not used the flavor, I don't think people would have cared that much. But I just think it was just the last straw. People are just like, all right, y'all doing too much now. Now we really don't want it. Like,
but the cover of it was, because we seen it one time, and I was like, what's going on with this? Because automatically Juneteenth ice cream from Walmart, and the packaging was kind of weird as well.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. I didn't really gravitate towards it, but I mean, that's what big brands do. But anyways, all right. So I feel like this is probably going to be an issue. Some people may not agree with this, so I just want to. This is just our opinion. But so the drug dealer that provided the drugs for Mac Miller was sentenced to I think it said more than 17 years in prison. And the reason being is because it resulted in his death. And a lot of people have, questions about this, and they're like, should someone go to prison because someone OD'd, misused the drugs or whatever? Like, should the dealer be at fault for, I guess, what happens once the drugs leave their hands?
It's a weird situation. Me personally, I don't think so, because a lot of these situations in particular as well, like, we're talking about people unfortunately overdosing.
Yeah.
So it's like
somebody legit lost their life. So you don't want to make light of that because it's sad.
But I feel like in those situations, people they try to, let's wrap it up, put the blame on somebody, and then just outside of saying, like, it's just an unfortunate situation.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think, now, if he was in the act of giving it to him, or if it's some shit like that, then it can make sense. But if you're saying, I'm coming back a year or 2 or 3 or however many after the fact because you did this way back then and they overdosed on it, because it's drugs.
Yeah,
like, if I give you heroin, it's bad anyway. So how can I stop you from, or prevent you from doing too much at one time. I'm not sitting here watching you.
Yeah.
So I think that's a weird situation, and it's tricky. I feel like it's gonna end up opening up a can of worms.
Yeah, definitely. It is very tricky because you don't have any control over once it leaves your hands. It's kind of like, hey, I'm just selling it to you. But at the same time, if you've ever had someone on any type of substance that is addictive, I think you always have a different association with people that sell it to them. Because I feel like you have those functioning drug addicts and you have those that are not. I think it's hard for me when people, because that's the thing. It's like, obviously in the court of law, they're not going to distinguish the two. It's just, hey, you gave it to them, they died, we throwing the hammer at you, which is kind of tough because it's like, well, I wasn't intentionally trying to kill him. You know what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't my act. Yes, I am selling something that is illegal and that this person could potentially overdose on. So that's that gray area where they're trying to sentence people for. But there's also that other side of things that is just like, you don't want to be blamed for, somebody making their own decision, them making their own decision to continue to use and to possibly, God forbid, OD, and that costs them their lives. But like I said, you have a different association when you dealt with someone or know someone that is an addict. So it's kind of hard because when someone is not a functioning drug addict, I think maybe then should the drug dealers be charged? Because then it's like, if you could visually see, like how they do with alcohol, like when you're at a bar and they're giving you liquor and the bartender can eventually be like, no, I'm not giving you no more, because I can visually see that if I give you any more, I can possibly result in your night ending in death because you can't even barely walk. Why would I keep giving this to you? So should drugs be like that too, where I'm seeing that visually you probably don't need no more, but because I am in the business of dealing the drugs, that's my job, so see, it's kind of tough because I don't want no smoke. I don't know. I'm just saying it's a weird situation to be in.
Even with that though, like, because it's one of those things too where it's like, if you don't get it from Dionte, you're going to get it from somebody else.
Exactly.
So it's like, again, you kind of creating a weird... I also only seen this happen with celebrities.
Sorry, I'm not trying to show y'all my thighs.
So I only seen celebrities do this. You don't hear about all the people locally, or the, the non-celebrities walking around ODing on drugs and their drug dealers going to jail.
Yep.
It's a lot with that.
It's very, very tricky. It's very, because I just feel like the legal system is just, already within itself. We don't feel like it's very fair, especially when it comes down to people that look like us. So it's always kind of hard to be like, yeah, lock them up. I get it, or lock them up if it's this. It's kind of hard to say that because it's like, these are people's lives, people that are losing their lives and people that are sometimes put in these situations and that is their only way of making money. Like, I can't knock anybody. I don't, I've never grew up in that environment or know how it feels to have to be forced to have to do something and feel like this is your only way of making money. And I'm sure you would feel horrible if as a result of that, someone loses their life, because that's never your intention. You may just be trying to make sure your family eat.
Sure.
Like, I'm not, so it's like, it's kind of hard to, not in a like humanity way, like not feel for both sides. Like, dang, that kind of sucks, for either side. But
if you had a family member pass, I'm sure it's eating you up. But again, I don't think that shit's fair. That's just like kids somewhere else. I think they're in high school, but they took the gun and shot it at school or something like that, and the parents are getting charged with the charges.
Yeah, that's that's a lot.
My gun was put up, and my kid takes it. How can I be blamed for this? I can see you saying, "Yo, you getting blamed in the sense of, yo, you should know, you should do this, you should maybe lock it up better. But I shouldn't be charged and getting 10, 15, 20 years because my kid decided to take a situation they was going through in their own hands. It's like it's a slippery slope with certain things, and people can use these as references to try to do something else that I'm sure eventually is going to piss off a lot of people.
Yep, I agree. We can sit here and talk about this all day because that's a lot. But so we're going to end it with a topic, something a little bit lighter. Yes, it is. So. This story, I guess it's kind of sort of old. So this girl went out on a date with this guy, right? So listen, they went out on this date and they spent pretty much majority of the day together. And I guess he went to go pick her up. I think that's what the deal was. He picked her up.
She paid for gas too.
Yeah, she paid for gas. That's right. She paid for gas. And I think she agreed to split dinner with him or something like that. Regardless, she put up some money for this date, right? This is their first date.
She put up probably all of it.
And so they're at the restaurant, and I guess they're about to leave, and he's kind of like, oh, just let's go back to my crib and chill, And she's like, oh yeah, no, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and go back to the crib or whatever. And he's like, okay, bye. And she like, you're not gonna take me home? And he's like, no, you can walk. Since you we done spent the whole day together, you know what I'm saying, for the most part, and now you don't want to come back to the crib with me, well, you can just walk back home. I'm not taking you back. You don't live that far. It's basically what he told her. So social media was in a frenzy, and they were upset because they're like, dang, that's kind of messed up, that because she wouldn't go back with him, that he made her walk. And a lot of people are like, they don't see anything wrong with it. As a male, how would you feel if you're in that situation, you're on the first date, and the whole situation went the same way, and then she didn't want to come back?
It wouldn't have, honestly, because, I'm not going to get mad at you. Let's just throw it out there. I'm not going to get mad if you don't want to come back to my spot. But
would you have made her walk?
If the date was going bad.
I said it's the same situation. Nothing changed. Ain't nothing going bad.
It's not the same situation.
Listen, I'm saying if it is the same situation, ain't nothing going wrong.
It wouldn't be, because first of all, I wouldn't have made her give me gas or pay.
But
it's not the same situation.
I understand that, but I'm saying if
I'm that type of guy to make you give me gas and split on our first date, I'm probably the type of guy that will make you walk. Especially now, I'm very curious as far as how far she walked. Honestly, that's the only thing I want to know. Because if it's walking distance, your house is 2-3 minutes away, then it's what are we talking about? But if I'm taking you 10-15 minutes away, obviously that's crazy to make you walk. But if I can see your house, then it's this may be, I don't know where they at. Because it's if we're in DC, it's probably easier for you to walk than to drive. I'm not really trying to make an excuse for it. Because, again, this is stuff that I would never be in. A situation I wouldn't be in myself.
I just had a sense to jab you. Well, what do you mean if I can see your house? So I just feel like, as a man, it is your job when you go out on a date with a woman to... You're basically responsible for her in that moment. So regardless of whether she does something, as long as it's not threatening your life or anything in this situation, just responding to this, if it's a situation where you thought the date was going to go somewhere else, or you just wanted it to go the way you wanted it to go, I don't want to insinuate that the reason why he wanted her to go back was because of, but I'm just saying, we don't know. But even if that's the case, you're responsible for her. You're responsible for her safety. It is your job to make sure she gets home. At the very least, I'm going to drop you off. Unless you be like, no, I don't want you to. And that's a different story. Mm-hmm. But as a man, when she's with you, girl, okay, you don't want to go back with me. I don't care if you live over in the next street. I came to pick you up. So I'm going to drop you off because I'm the last known person you were with. So if I just be like, whatever, I don't care, and God forbid something happened to her, now they like, oh, you was the last person she was with, and you like, no, she walked home, and they like, why would she walk home when you picked her up? Y'all was on a date. Now it look weird, you know what I'm saying? And the whole time you like, hey, bro, like, so you just, it's scenarios like that. As a man, you almost have to plan in your head, like, girl, I picked you up, I'm gonna drop you off where I picked you up at. Like, I'm not dealing with that.
You're saying that as a responsible, sensible human being.
Yeah.
That's why I say this situation wouldn't happen with me because I would have never played this way. If I gotta ask you for gas money, the splitting, going Dutch first date, I can see that happening depending on how you think. If I don't know you like that, we might both come into it and be like, nah, let's just go do something simple.
Yeah.
We both, because again, I can see from a woman's perspective why you would want to be like, yo, I'm not. Because I don't want you to feel like you have no say. And again, with him trying to come back, which is weird because she paid for the whole date. So if anything, you owe her some. If that was the case, like, but if I'm paying, if I need gas from you and then I need you to split it with me, I'm not trying to do that, bro. Yeah. We're not going on this date. But again, I'm thinking like that. And again, I would drop you off. But that's how I would look at it, because I would look at it how you looking at it. Now, that's why I said it only makes sense if literally it's a situation where we didn't even need to drive in general. We could both have just walked together. Then I can see you being like, all right, bet. Well, your house or your apartment building is right here. All right, you can just go ahead and I'm just going to drive off and go home. But it's obviously, it's like a 1% chance that that's the case. Yeah. So, no, you're wrong for not taking her home. Sure. Yeah. Like, we can say that for sure. But at the same time, you wrong for making this girl give you gas and pay for the meal, and you ain't.
Even if she volunteers, like I can just wait until I can afford to take you. I'm not.
Said, all right, let's go to your house. Go ahead upstairs, take a shower, come on back down, get ready to eat. Would she have been wrong to do that? I don't think she would have been wrong.
Thank y'all for watching. Please do not forget to comment, and subscribe.
Answer my question.
I mean,
is she wrong?
For real, please subscribe, y'all.
Is she wrong, y'all?
Please.
She gave him gas money and paid for his
Ignore
lasagna.
him, please, y'all. And we will see y'all in the next video.
Go on upstairs and wash up. Come back down here.
Bye, y'all. Allow you to return or exchange